Okay.
Cut.
I'll do it again. Ready?
Whatever.
Okay, so I'm a financial expert. We are not parenting experts, but this is what we do with our kids and what we teach them about money. My name is Jodie Botma, and this is my wife, Jodie.
Hello.
The first thing that we teach them is money is not an entitlement. This is not something that they are going to get naturally. Money is something that they earn.
We call money commission because you have to work in order to get the money. You are not entitled just to receive money for being a part of the family. You have to do some work.
Anytime our kids want money, we can typically say, if you want to buy something, what do you have to do?
Work.
After you work, what do you get?
Commission. Money. Money.
There are some things around the house that we do make them do just for being a part of the family. We want our kids to be responsible individuals. So things like doing the dishes and the laundry, cleaning their own room, those are things that they're gonna have to do and not necessarily get paid for.
So you may be wondering what jobs do they do to get money? Basically the bottom line we tell them is find a need and fill it. So if you see something that needs to be done around the house that is not your extra or not your normal job, do it. If there's weeds in the yard, if there's someone else's laundry that needs to be done, if you see a room or a floor is really dirty, vacuum it. Look around the community, look around your neighborhood, look for something that needs to be done, find a need and fill it.
The reality is, as adults, whenever you own a business, the most successful businesses are the ones that do that well. They find needs and they fill it. And we want our kids to grow up to not only know this truth, but to have really experienced it. Another important thing that we want our kids to know is the reality that work is hard, it's not easy, and sometimes you don't necessarily feel like working. You might have a bad attitude about it. So we teach our kids that exemplary work, doing work really well, and doing work with a great attitude sometimes earns a bonus commission.
Sometimes we have two kids doing the exact same job, did about the same amount of work, but one has a way better attitude and put a little more effort, so that one gets paid a little bit more.
And sometimes, and you guys may not like this, the one that had the bad attitude or maybe didn't work as hard, I might pay that kid some money and then take money out of their hand and give it to the other kid who had the great attitude and that was working harder. I really want them to feel this truth, that working hard and having a good attitude, it matters.
A question that we get asked often is, how much do you pay your kids, or do you have a set amount for each chore? And for us, we've kind of decided we don't have a set amount for each chore. It goes back to their behavior. Did they have a good attitude? How hard did they work? How much work did they do? So we kind of look at the job, look at the attitude and the effort, and base it around that. Our kids are still young enough, 11 and under, that a little bit of money they're pretty content with.
Again, the main focus of the word here is behavior. This is a behavior training. We're teaching them a great, healthy relationship with money, and we're focusing less on the dollar amount. If you're watching this video and your focus is what is the dollar amount that you're paying your kids, you're missing the point. The point is shaping their behaviors.
You also want to do something that is sustainable for you as a parent. So if it has to be a certain coin amount or a certain dollar amount per chore, for us that's too much to keep track of. We just keep it simple and pay as we go.
But if you're really pushing for some real life examples, hey, if they're picking weeds, they're gonna get a handful of coins from the change bucket. If they're mowing a lawn, they might get a few dollars. Another behavior that we really want our kids to have is an understanding of how to segment the money that comes in. We teach our kids to split the money up between give, save, and spend. The reason why we teach them these three things is we believe that as an adult, those are the three areas, or the main areas that you are going to be putting your money out with your income. So our kids typically have 3 piggy banks or 3 envelopes or 3 little areas that when they get paid, they can split their money up between give, save, and spend.
I think another thing that we have done with our kids that has taught them that the value of money. They're motivated to work. They're motivated to get money. We don't buy them a whole lot of things that they want. And so they have to use their own money. So we go on a trip to Target and they see a Lego set. That's awesome. Do you have your money with you? No. So then they want to go home. They either have the money, want to go back, or they're motivated to do work because that set is $20 and they only have 10. Or they want to buy something for somebody else, and do you have that much money in your give? And so they are motivated because they have to buy a lot of their own things that they want. And that's really hard as a parent to like, do I have $20 in the budget to buy them a Lego set? Yes, I do. But to us, it's more important to teach them the value of money and working for money, and having to save and wait to be able to buy the thing you want.
A lot of people wonder, what do they do with the give and how much goes in each piggy bank? Again, this is about behaviors. If you're asking how much of that money is going into each jar, you're missing the point. The point is that they've got to understand they have to segment their money in those 3 areas, and that's all that matters. We don't count how much they put into give or how much they put into save or how much they put into spend. What matters to us is that they know they must split the money up into those 3 areas.
We're not parenting experts, but this is what we do, and it's working for us, and we may change it further on down the line, but this is what is working for right now.
Yeah, as our kids age, we're obviously going to adapt this process, but we're never going to deviate from trying to train them what we believe are healthy behaviors they need to have in the relationship with money. They need to understand that money is not entitled. They got to go out and work for it. They've got to understand that whenever they receive that money, they should be splitting it up into 3 necessary areas. And the effort that they put into their work and the attitude that they have while they're working, that's important. We had the opportunity of being interviewed on the Defining Stewardship podcast. Jeremy was gracious enough to bring us on to ask us questions about this particular topic. We went into even more details of the things that we do, so shared some stories there. So if you're interested in that, you can check out the link below, and that will take you to the episode where Jodie and I were talking about this particular topic.